So if you got your phone or you got your recorder ready, you're going to want to record this next segment. I told you before the break, this is a bombshell. Kari Lake was approached. Let me show you this tweet from Benny Johnson. Bombshell audio reveals top Republican official tried to bribe Kari Lake to not run for Senate in Arizona. Now, is there any companies out there or something that could just put her on the payroll to keep her out? Look, normally we would show you just a little bit of something. We're going to show you almost 4 minutes of this clip. Now, this is just the audio. If you want to record it, start your recording now because you're going to want to share this. You will not believe just the blatant, outright bribery. Watch.
So what's going on? What is? I'm assuming this is our friend.
This is back east. There are very powerful people who want to keep you out.
Oh no, they do.
But they're willing to put their money where their mouth is in a big way. So, this conversation never happened.
This is crazy though. They should want me. I'm a great candidate. People love me. These people are corrupt.
Well, maybe you're right.
They are right. They are corrupt.
Maybe. This never happened. Don't go. Do me a favor though. I don't get myself in trouble. This, if you say no, which is fine, it's your choice. Don't tell people.
They're gonna try to have me murdered.
I won't doubt that either. Today's world, man. If that stuff that came out last week is right about the cartel stuff, man. They said the cartel's operating in 50 states right now, like all 50. You know? So
what's going on? Who is it? What?
Forget the who. Let me just tell you the what. Let's just say there are people calling around saying, gosh, no, they can't repeat this. Never repeat this. If you say no, don't. If you say, I got offered to buy out. Don't use it. Because then we lose our ability to get things done in the future.
Here's my problem. Rather than just say, let's work with her. She's a great candidate. Because they don't own me. And it pisses me off.
Yeah, I don't know it's about ownership.
It's about control.
I don't know it's about control. It's about being on the team. I guess that's, you know what I mean?
They want to be on the team.
They want you to be on their team.
But
just team. You know?
But if they're pushing a globalist agenda, I can't do that. So what do they want? What do they want me to do?
You want me to stay out for 2 years. But, let me tell you what I can offer you. But, I said you can do whatever you want. It's talking head, this and that. So, the ask of me was, it's kind of funny. So the ask I got today from back east was, it has to stay between us. Is there any companies out there or something that could just put her on the payroll and keep her out? And I said, well, what are you willing to do? Like, whatever we need to do.
This is about defeating Trump. And I think that's a bad thing for our country. DeSantis is not America first. This is about the final death blow to Trump. And I don't think that's good for our country.
And you know I love Trump. I love Trump.
It's not good for our country, Jeff.
It's not, but at the same time, I'm not even sure Trump can win again. I don't know that he can win again. I think what it really comes down to for a lot of people, it's not really about like control or agenda. It's just about the ability to raise money to win. You know, if you really want to know, all of politics boils down to money. I think. I always believe that. And even on their end, like what makes them the most money?
I know all these consultants don't want their payday to end, and I don't want to make a deal with these kind of people. This is a hill worth dying on. I'm not. If they're going to steal the election to make me and our movement go away, I'm not letting him do that. I owe it to the people of Arizona,
Or
to carry their torch and their voice.
Or you don't go away, but you pause.
This is the battles right now, Jeff.
You pause, and refill your coffers.
No, the battle is right now. The battle is right now, and we don't have time to pause on this battlefield.
We don't have time to pause on this battlefield. I know, if you're like me, you know that's happened. You know it's out there. It's the first time I've seen it actually with an audio recording. Here's just a little bit more. I want you to hear this, and then we'll talk about it. Watch.
is there a number at which
I can be bought.
not be bought?
That's what it's about.
You can take a pause for a couple of years.
No.
And then go right back to what you're doing.
No. 10 million, 20 million, 30, no. A billion, no. This is not about money. This is about our country.
It's not about money. It's about our country. That's Arizona Republican Party Chair Jeff DeWitt. Now, before I go, I have a little more detail I want to share with Floyd. But Pastor Hank, as I'm listening to this earlier today, and listen to it again, I'm remembering Kenneth Copeland actually had a prophetic word about there will be people that will fall on their face. There'll be people that fall out and or run out, and I know that there was a prophetic word through you as well about this same thing. Is that what we're seeing play out in front of us?
Yeah, God is exposing the corruption. He's bringing it to light. He even said there would be a natural sign that we would see. We would see volcanoes that begin to erupt. He even said that the earth would begin to vomit, which we're seeing these mud volcanoes that are happening, this strange phenomenon all of a sudden, because the earth is travailing. But what is interesting to me is how dirty politics is. It shouldn't be a surprise to any of us. But what I do appreciate is God is raising up a new breed of people who are putting not only God first, but they're putting the people that they're elected, that elected them. They're putting them first. And I love that Kari Lake is that new breed. God has big plans for her. She stood her ground. And I love what she said. No amount of money. It's not about that. It's about our country. It's about the people. And God's going to reward that. God's going to honor that. And as well as God's going to honor President Trump. But I want to say this last thing. Did you notice what that gentleman said? He says, we don't know if President Trump can win. Well, they don't want him to win. So that's really what this is about. And Pastor Gene, you're going to see more and more donkeys speak just like Balaam's donkey spoke.
Right.
And now you're going to see rhinos begin to speak. And they're going to begin to be used of God to come out with the garbage that's going on behind the scenes, because there is a reset taking place and a divine reversal. And watch this. There are going to be a lot of removals that we're going to see as God is resetting this thing. And I think that's proof right there.
I believe you're absolutely right. Now, Floyd, I believe we're the first broadcast. I know that War Room revealed some of this earlier today, but the mainstream media has not talked about this. So here's the part that I find interesting. I was, after getting over shocked about what I was listening to, is that she announced this happened, Kari Lake announced this happened at last year's CPAC. Now if you go look up when last year's CPAC was, that was February of 2023. It's been this long, and you and I have not heard about it. What's going on, Floyd?
Yeah, well, first you need to understand that I have a relationship with both of these people, Gene. I've been friends with Jeff DeWitt. He's been an employee of mine. I'm chairman of the Kari Lake for Senate campaign, and so I'm deeply involved in her Senate campaign. But despite that, it wasn't until today that I heard this tape. And, Kari actually is back in New Hampshire. People may not understand this, but she's one of the most popular Trump surrogates. And so she has been traveling the country extensively at the request of President Trump. And she's been in Iowa, she's been in New Hampshire. She even came to Nebraska, Hank. And so she has really been working hard to help President Trump in his race for the presidency. And she's also been running hard for U.S. Senate. But we all just heard this today. So I want to be very clear. I haven't had a chance to spend any time with Kari and talk about this. I normally talk to her every day, but she is frankly so busy, I don't even believe she's commented on it yet. And it's a very difficult situation. I did speak to Jeff DeWitt today, and I told him, number one, that I believe that he needs to resign immediately as chairman of the Republican Party of Arizona.
Right.
And secondly, I told him he needs to apologize to Kari Lake for even having this kind of conversation with her. And, he was elected state party chairman on the back of an endorsement by Kari Lake.
Wow.
He was endorsed by Donald Trump. He was endorsed by Kari Lake, and he was endorsed by General Flynn. And this conversation, from what I understand, from what I've been able to learn today, it happened, like days after these people endorsed him and he was elected state party chairman. And yet he's saying days after Donald Trump put him in that job that he didn't think Donald Trump could win. I mean, it's so outrageous. It's completely 100% indefensible. But the comments about attempting to bribe her to keep her out of the Senate race, it's beyond shocking. So, my only comment would be this, because I haven't spoken to Kari. So these are just my own personal reflections on what I've seen today. And all I can think is this is why I love Kari Lake. This is why I think she is completely unique. This is why I feel the Holy Spirit wants me involved in her campaign. And this is why I am going to do everything I can personally to help this woman win her Senate race. And I would, call on the entire FlashPoint army to join us in this. Go over to karilake.com and sign up and join, because you saw the character. You saw the woman that I know that you don't often see, because the media spends all of their time attacking Kari Lake. And Gene, you asked the question earlier, why haven't we heard anything from the mainstream media? Well, the answer is the only thing the mainstream media wants to do is attack Kari Lake.
That's right.
They don't want any kind of story coming out that shows her character and shows her integrity and shows, just how wonderful she really is. And this is a woman of God. She is a wonderful believer. I mean, you know that because she's been on FlashPoint and given her Christian testimony on FlashPoint. It's not, like a lot of politicians, they'll give you a Christian testimony, but she's the real deal. I mean, she is somebody who is in this, and she doesn't, first of all, to offer her money, that is just sickening, because this is a woman who walked away from a huge salary in order to get involved in saving her country. She was, the top newscaster, the number one in Phoenix. She was with Fox News. I mean, she was at the top of her game. She was the best of the best, and she walked away from a huge paycheck in order to fight for her country. And I don't know, it just increases my resolve, Gene, to stand with her, to link arms with her, and to work with her in the days ahead.